Hello everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. So in today's video, we are going to talk about something special, a topic that is really close to my heart, a topic that shall spread an awareness. So are you ready for today's topic? Then please answer these questions. Does it scare you to meet new people? Does it scare you to go out? Do you scare to step out of your house and meet many people around you? If the answer is yes, then you might be going through anxiety. Yes, anxiety is being anxious. Anxiety is kind of a disorder that they mention in the definition. So the definition of anxiety is that it is a disorder characterized by overwhelming thoughts. Okay. In today's video, we are going to talk about social anxiety. That is, you don't like meeting people, you don't like social gatherings, you do not like people coming at your home because you like to be in your cocoon. I want to tell in this video that these are certain steps that shall help you to overcome your social anxiety. Towards the end of the video, please stay tuned because I'm going to share a disclaimer. So anxiety is a common thing these days. Especially after the lockdown, people have started being vocal about their anxiety. Anything that makes you anxious is not good. Anything that makes you sweat, anything that makes you feel nervous, anything that makes you feel dull, anything that takes you in your cocoon, it's not good. It is not good for your confidence. It is not good for your mental well-being. Anxiety actually comes from within. Now, anxiety could be different for every different person and it could be different for every situation. Everyone's thoughts, reactions and feelings are different. That is the reason anxiety would diverge from person to person. Remember, I told you the definition of anxiety at the beginning? The definition says that it is a disorder characterized by overwhelming thoughts. So when your mind is running crores of thoughts around, when your mind cannot stop thinking, when you actually overthink about a topic, that is when you might feel anxious or you might hit with an anxiety attack. I believe disorder, it is more about the fear that has been with you, that has been inside you for years and years, whatever the reason may be. That is the main reason of anxiety. And anything that causes fear, if you practice in a correct manner, then definitely you can overcome your fear. In this video, we are going to talk about 5 ways to overcome your social anxiety. Stay tuned till the end of this video because I'm going to talk about a disclaimer that I want to share towards the end, and I believe that it would be helpful for you and you understand why did I make this video. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel, then please subscribe to Trainophile. Please like the video and comment down whether you liked this video, what do you like in this video, and let me know what else do you want me to talk on Trainophile. So let's begin. Now, feeling anxious, at times it is perfectly okay. But remember, you can practice and you can heal yourself. Anxiety is also referred to as phobia or a social phobia. So social anxiety is also referred to as social phobia. Seek help when you need it. Do not be afraid of asking for help. Do not be afraid of going and checking yourself whether you are mentally well or no. The 5 techniques that I want to share in this video shall help many, and it might be difficult for people, those who really find it difficult to cope with their anxiety. So it's just my point of view of telling you that these are the ways of overcoming your anxiety. If it works for you, then I will be happy to know about it. Number one technique, that is relaxation technique. Now, relaxation could be any kind of relaxation. It could be including yoga, it could be including relaxation music, it could be meditating, it could be reading a book in a peaceful environment, or it could be just concentrating and focusing on one activity at a time. Now, when your anxiety triggers, okay, what happens is you go crazy. There is chaos in your mind. The thoughts are continuously running in your mind, and you cannot stop your overwhelming feelings and thoughts. And it might lead you to think negatively, or it might take you to negative thoughts. Basically, your heart beats fast, you start feeling nervous, and some people might sweat as well. So that is the reason you should practice relaxation techniques like yoga, meditation, listening to music, calming yourself, taking a cold bath, taking a hot water bath, anything that feels you relaxed, that makes you feel relaxed, anything that helps you to relax your mind, body and soul. These kind of methods you can practice. It will help you in long run, not only with anxiety but many other things that might be a hindrance in your success. So practice meditation techniques or practice techniques that will keep you at calm, composed and relaxed. Relaxation methods. Number two is do not mess up with your mind. So what you have to do is you have to stay mindful. Yes, staying mindful means again concentrating on one particular task that you're doing and not allowing your mind to revolve around 1,000 different thoughts. Staying mindful or being mindful includes everything that you do, you should be alert and cautious about what you're doing. So it may be eating mindfully, it may be sleeping mindfully, it might be reading mindfully, it might be listening mindfully. So everything that you're doing, you are basically concentrating and giving your 100%. So live in the present and live in the moment. Practice mindfulness by eat, sleep, breathe, feel, listen, hear, smell, etc. Whatever you do it and give your 100% at it. Your focus should be 100% on the given task. I know it's challenging, but with practice and dedication, we are going to ace this part. So be mindful. That is my technique number 2. Now the questions that you might ask in being mindful is, what do you hear? What do you eat? What do you smell? What do you feel? So these are the questions that will help you to be conscious every time you are given a task and every time you're doing something. By doing this, you will be able to feel better and happier. Number 3, asking the correct questions. Yes, asking the correct questions, not to others, but asking the correct questions to yourself is number 3 to cope with your social anxiety. Many a times what happens is we always look the outward side and we do not take efforts to look in the inward side. That is, the inward side is yourself. Do you actually sit and think, how do you feel about yourself? What changes do you want to make about yourself? Are you feeling nervous right now? Are you feeling happy right now? Why are you feeling nervous? Why are you feeling happy? So it's often taken for granted that we understand ourselves better than anyone else. But believe me, until you ask questions and talk to yourself, you're not going to understand yourself. So number 3 is you have to ask the right questions to yourself. Start with saying that it is okay, I'm going to cope with my anxiety in a proper manner. Start asking the why questions. I'll give you some examples. Why do I feel anxious? Why do I not want to meet people? Why do I hate social gatherings? Why do I hate fear? Why do I feel less confident? So these are 5 examples that you can ask yourself, and if you give the correct answers, I'm sure you will be able to understand yourself better than anyone else. And this shall help you understand your trigger points of anxiety. This shall help you understand your perspective towards anxiety, and this shall help you be better mentally. I'm sure asking the right questions might help you identifying also the core problem. It will allow you to dig deeper and deeper and deeper to understand the core of your anxiety, to understand the core reason of your anxiety. What could be the trigger point at the moment when you feel anxious? And this will help you to resolve the issue permanently. So that is the power of asking questions to yourself. Now let's move on. Number 4 is turning your self-hate into self-love. I know people would say that there is no self-hate, but at times when you feel anxious, what happens is you start running negative thoughts in your mind. And if your thoughts are negative, if you become a negative person, if you start self-doubting, then there is a chance that you might get into the trap of self-hate. So then you start hating yourself, you start talking negative about yourself, that I cannot do this, she can do that, I cannot remember this, I am not intelligent, I am not smart, I am fat, I am ugly, I have a dark skin, my parents do not support. So these are all negative thoughts that run around your mind. There's a chaos completely in your mind, and you start self-doubting than ever before. And if you're into this, then you might get into a trap of self-hate. That is the reason I tell you that whenever you are anxious, whenever you face anxiety, then be cautious about what are the thoughts that are running into your mind, how are you dealing with your thoughts, and turn your self-hate into self-love. Now, self-love is a good practice to feed your brain with positive thoughts. Self-love is a good practice for you to feel better mentally as well as physically. Because your physical health, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you look, everything matters for your confidence, everything matters for your inner feelings. So this way, if you practice self-love, then you're going to respect your body, respect your thoughts, respect your mind. Now what you can do is, especially when there is anxiety and a correlation with your self-love, is go down the memory lane. Yes, go down and think when you were a child, what did you hate and what did you like? What were the negative things that happened to you and what were the positive things that happened to you? Sometimes anxiety may be related to you as a child. That is, as a child, there might be something that might have happened with you, and that is the reason those thoughts and that journey might have affected you so much into your mind that is the trigger point for your anxiety. So go down deep, go down in your inner child, bring out the inner child in you and talk to that inner child and think what was bad and what was good for you. What were the negative thoughts and what were the positive thoughts? And after doing that, after you are done with the segregation of the negative things that happen and the positive things, every negative thing or every negative trigger that has happened with you as a child, connect that with a positive thought. Connect that with a positive feeling. And this way, next time when you get a trigger with a negative thought that might be the root cause of your anxiety, immediately within a few seconds or within a few minutes, you're going to heal yourself completely by adding a positive thought, by joining or aligning a positive thought with that negative thought. So this is the strongest point that will help you, or the strongest technique that will help you to go deeper, at the same time remain conscious about what you're doing, and every time you get a negative thought, you're going to turn it into a positive thought. And start loving yourself, start talking to yourself that that you are good, you can do better, you can be better at it. There are ways to practice self love, there are ways to take care of your body, there are ways to look good, there are ways to feel good about yourself. So start practicing that, and let me know if you want to know how to practice self love. I'm sure I would love to speak about self love in my upcoming video. Towards the end, I want to tell you on this point is love yourself, respect yourself more than anyone else, accept who you are, and most importantly is love thyself. And number 5 is, before I start with number 5, remember I mentioned about the disclaimer at the beginning of the video. So here's the disclaimer. The disclaimer is, I am not a doctor, I'm not a consultant, I'm not a therapist, I am not a student from psychology. You might feel, why is she saying this now? After talking about the video, after talking about social anxiety. This is because I have been through this, my friends have been through this, and I have studied a lot about this. Although I'm not a student of psychology, I have read books, I have gone through multiple websites, I have spoken with people, those who go through anxiety, and that is the reason. The only intention behind making this video is spreading social awareness of how to deal with your anxiety. There are many youngsters who I see right now being a trainer that they do not feel comfortable talking about their anxiety, and most of the times, like 70% of the time, they themselves don't understand that they are going through anxiety. That is the reason I made this video, and this video is special for me because I believe if only one person may benefit from this video, it would mean a lot to me. So my request is, before you write anything or before you tell me anything, this video's intention is only to spread awareness and help people. And that's where my point number 5 or the technique number 5 comes in place. That is, consult a doctor, consult a therapist. So if in case you feel you do not understand, there's something that is happening with you, something that is wrong, you can feel that there's something that is wrong happening with you. There are people, those who have told you that you're going through anxiety. The right time or the right direction to go for it is, of course, if the level of your anxiety is less, then you can try out the techniques that I've mentioned. But if your level of anxiety and the trigger points are frequent, then you can consult a therapist. But before you go to a therapist, I would again request you to make a list of things that you feel are the trigger points, to make a list of your thoughts, of what are the thoughts that make you feel nervous, and those could be the trigger points for your anxiety. Just do this before you walk down to a consultant or a therapist. This will give them a fair idea of who you are and what are you exactly looking for. So consult a therapist, and do not be ashamed of going to a therapist or talking to a therapist, because now it's a common thing to do. Nobody is going to laugh at you. And ultimately, it is for your betterment. So think about your mental health, think about your physical health, think about your journey of your life. That's the end of our today's video. Let me know how did you like this video, and thank you for watching. See you soon with another topic.